Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general love reading for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I do hope that this video finds you all well. I do apologize for my backdrop. I feel like I say that in every video, but I did actually recently move, so I'm just kind of working with what I have right now. I am hoping to get more of an established set now that I have actually moved. So I do apologize. I personally don't really even watch a lot of tarot videos. I'll kind of listen more than actually watch them, but I know some people like to see the cards as they are pulled. So I apologize if this is too boring. It will change. It's only temporary. I do also want to just thank all of you who have liked, shared, and subscribed to this channel. It's with your support that this channel is able to grow and that these messages can spread out to more people. So thank you so much. And one of the most beautiful parts about these tarot videos and the tarot community in general on YouTube is that people are opening up in the comments and sharing their experiences, and it's causing other people to kind of relate or to offer support or advice or just connect. And I think that's absolutely amazing. I don't see a lot of online communities that function that way. So thank you for letting me be a part of that. That's actually really awesome. I do have information in my description box for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations if you're interested in any of that. Before we begin, I do just like to disclaim that these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages that come through are going to be meant for you. It's up to your own discretion to figure out what messages resonate and what should be left behind for someone else. Some of the messages may come in the reverse as well, so your person might actually be your energy and vice versa. The roles could be switched. Especially if you are cross-watching for someone who has a lot of Sagittarius placements, you are actually probably going to be showing up as this other person. So that's just something to keep in mind. Don't get caught up on the gender or even the astrology information with the cards. It's just the way the energy is currently being expressed. And again, this is a general reading. This might not even necessarily be a love relationship or a romance. This could actually be pulling wisdom for a friendship or a family member or even just a close coworker or someone you spend a lot of time with. This message may not even be for you at all. It might be for someone else in your life, so keep that open too. If this video doesn't resonate, you are more than welcome to check out the general video for the month, or you're also welcome to look at some of your other placements for the love reading, so especially your Venus and your moon sign. I do have a link down below that can help you figure out those placements if you don't know them already. That's kind of the natal chart. And I think that is pretty much everything. I do know that these videos are they are dated for the middle of June to the middle of July, but I feel like these love readings are actually pretty timeless. So it's whenever you find this, whenever this video reaches you, it'll have something to say. And I think it'll be good for about a month out. So let's see what the messages for love for Sagittarius are. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What are the messages for love and relationships? Let's see. 3 times is what I'm being told to shuffle. Okay. Alright, what do we have for Sagittarius? Okay, so for the overall energy kind of coming into this month, we do have the 6 of Cups in the reverse. This does make me feel like someone might be holding on to some old resentment. There might be some conversation or communication that hasn't happened. There's kind of this feeling of lack of reciprocity, hurt feelings, especially from someone from the past. This is kind of like old stuff that's being brought up to the surface now. And then that's kind of coming into the awareness for your collective right now. this could actually pertain to a family member, or there might be some sort of thing that you learned from your family, some sort of unhealthy behavior that you're kind of now emulating in your relationships, and that's kind of coming to the forefront for you too. But there does actually seem to be something about family that is coming up for you guys. I do have as your worries and insecurities, we have this Three of Pentacles. This tells me that there is a lot of, it seems like you're very focused on trying to make something work, working with people. It seems like you really are trying your best to make amends here. It actually does feel like this other person is the one who's kind of blocking it off, and you're afraid that this person isn't going to work with you. They're not going to help you resolve some sort of situation or some sort of conflict. And it does seem like some of you may also be using work as kind of a way to escape the situation. You might just be losing yourself in your work or some sort of project or something like that. Kind of just to distract yourself. I do get, for their fears and worries, their insecurities, we have this Queen of Swords in the reverse. So it feels like this might be you, this might be someone else, especially an air sign. You could be dealing with an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Or potentially a Virgo as well. But it seems like they're very mental with things. They're very much stuck in their head. And it feels like they're afraid to communicate directly. That's a big thing I'm getting. They're afraid of this communication. They're afraid of really kind of confronting things. They don't want to be expressive. They don't want to be vulnerable, that's for sure. Excuse me. They don't want to be vulnerable. And it feels like you're really trying to make something work, and they're not opening up with communication. They're too afraid, that they're too insecure to communicate their feelings to you. They're too afraid to get this vulnerable because of something from the past. And it feels like you've kind of dealt with this pattern a lot, Sagittarius. As a potential blockage for you, we do have this Queen of Cups in the reverse. And I gotta be honest, these readings have been pretty heavy. I did say that these are timeless videos, but because they are coming out around an eclipse time, I do wonder if this eclipse is really bringing up a lot of... There's a lot of stuff that's going to be shed, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that is going to be left behind. I gotta be honest, and it feels like as a blockage, there's only so much you can do with this Queen of Cups in reverse. This is someone who is very... They can be quite manipulative, but I feel like instead of dealing with their emotions in a healthy, direct way, they're trying to control people. They're trying to, change the situation here. It's almost like they're gaslighting you, is the feeling I'm getting. They're trying to make it about you, and they're not willing to own up to their own faults, their own problems here. And some of you could be dealing with a water sign, but this does feel like just someone who's being very emotionally manipulative, and I almost feel like you emotionally are closed off to this now. You don't want to be involved with this, and you're really kind of trying to take space from this. And I don't know if it's really going to be something you can just kind of take space from and come back to be completely honest with you. I do have as their blockage this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. It does seem like there's this breakdown that's happening, a very big breakdown in terms of stability, family, job, home. There's some sort of blockage here that's... It feels like family stuff that just keeps coming up. It feels like there's some sort of family pattern or some sort of dynamic that hasn't been resolved. And to be honest, I don't feel like they are going to be resolving it. As their likely course of action, we do have this Ten of Swords in the reverse. Sometimes this is interpreted from moving on from this ending, but we have two tens in reverse for them. There's something that's not being completed. There's this lack of an ending. There's this lack of closing a cycle, and I feel like they're not going to be able to close out this cycle. And to be honest, kind of the recommended course of action you are being given is the Lovers in reverse. I gotta be honest, this doesn't feel like your person, and that sucks, because it seems like at some point there really was this connection here, but this really sweet, especially if this is an old relationship or someone you've been involved with for a very long time, but it seems like whatever it is that you're holding on to, this was in the past, okay? Like, this isn't something that you've not felt this way in a while. For the collective I am picking up on, this has not been a relationship that has felt good in a long time. It's been causing a lot of strife, and you've really been putting a lot of effort into it, and I don't see that this is being reciprocated. And to be honest, I do wonder if some of you are actually kind of looking at other people with the Three of Pentacles. It does almost feel like your attention is being brought onto other people. And kind of as the likely outcome of this situation, we do have this Three of Wands. I feel like you are leaving this situation behind, and honestly, I'm not even like too sad about it, because it feels like you're not very sad about it either. You're just looking forward. You know, this is the Sag energy. You do move on quickly. When something's over, when you don't see a future, Sagittarius is very much a visionary, and when you don't see this future, you are able to go on. You are able to look for the next best thing. You're putting out this vibration. You have put out the work. You've been working on something, and I think you know that that is coming. And this wasn't it. This connection wasn't it. This person wasn't it for you. And I do feel like there is someone coming in. You do feel them coming in. And I feel like you're kind of just needing to close out whatever this was, because you've really put a lot of work into this. You've really tried to make things work, but it hasn't. And I don't think that this is your fault, Sagittarius. It seems like this person is just, they're not willing to own their shit. It is basically what it is. And you know there's something better out here for you. And this is what you need to focus on right now. You don't need to be stuck in this person's bullshit. That's just really, really clear for me. Let me see. I am curious now what the animals have to say. What is the animal wisdom for this relationship? I feel like it's kind of all been said. I don't even feel like I really need to draw a card, but I'm wondering if they're going to bring up something new. Elephant. Kind of the message I'm getting with this right away is when one door opens, or when one door closes, another door opens. And that kind of feels like the energy. It's like you already know, you have this third eye here, you're very aware of what it is you need to do, and it's like, I don't even know if it's necessarily you who's closing out this relationship, although that is kind of, I do feel like that is something you're going to be doing to some degree. You are closing things up, tying up loose ends, but it's just this trust that whatever has been blocked off, whatever didn't work out, just wasn't meant for you, and trusting that whatever this is, whatever this shift is, it's leading you into the direction you actually want to go in. You know, I'm noticing this tusk here, this broken tusk. You have been through it. It's not that you haven't been unscathed, but you're unstoppable. You're still going forward. You're not letting this hold you back. And just have faith. That is the message I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. This is very straightforward. Just keep going forward. And again, I do have to say, this person is dealing with mommy issues. Elephant is very matriarchal, so I do feel like there is some sort of pattern that is, or some sort of dynamic that is being transferred or projected onto you from this person's mother. Or they're kind of, if you're dealing with a feminine person or a female, this is a person who is kind of adopting the same patterns that their mother did, and it's not serving them, and you can't work with that anymore. This isn't right. This isn't in alignment. And I feel like you're okay with that. You know there's something better for you. It's not to say that it's not going to hurt. It's not to say you're not wounded by this. It's not to say that it doesn't suck, but you're a Sagittarius. You're very capable of moving on from something that isn't growing, that isn't expansive. And that's really all the messages I'm getting. Again, this felt very straightforward. It's not necessarily the easiest reading, but I do hope that it resonated. Definitely hit like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what's going on. Let us all know. Share your experiences. Again, you are welcome to book a personal reading or a distance Reiki session. I have all of my information down below. And you are welcome to check out some of the other videos if you want kind of more clarification, or if this video just doesn't resonate with you very strongly. Otherwise, I will talk to you next time. Bye, Sagittarius.